Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
Their first game of this. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Kerri Einarson versus Tabitha Peterson. Basically a rematch of a game that happened yesterday. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by my co-commentator, Sean Joyce. Hey, Sean, how are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a quick turnaround for the announcers, too. I had the game that ran late this morning, so we're a little bit behind schedule as we get started here in the semifinals. And you alluded to the game last night. With these two teams played last night, the final draw of the round robin. Both teams went in with 3-0 records, so it was to determine who was going to have last rock here in this semifinal as well. And I was just checking the line scores before we went on. It looks like it was a great game. It went back and forth, and it was Einarson with last rock coming home able to pick up the single point in the win.
Yeah, just again, just kind of controlled the game for most of the game, it looked like. It's like we're going to have a wide open end to just start here. Peterson team throwing it into the rings, and Einarson wasting no time hitting it. Not even a contemplation about throwing a corner guard.
Sorry, Matt, did you say you had a chance to watch one of Einarson's games earlier in the event?
I did, yeah. One of the first games.
Because I didn't, and I'm just curious. Shannon Burchard's not out there.
Yeah, she's not.
Was she playing earlier?
She was, yeah.
Okay. I wonder if they're traveling with the 5-person roster and rotating in through the front end just to keep everybody sharp. And I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
We do know that Shannon Burchard had some issues with the knee last year. Didn't get to play a lot. I actually was doing an event. It was in November, I think. It was her first one back out of Swift Current, and she started the event and didn't finish. That was when they determined the knee was still not ready to go.
Yeah, just get the early season. You know, these players are such great athletes compared to back when I played. You know, these guys, they are in great shape. But there's still a little bit of creakiness in it, in the bones. They're not in game. They've been throwing a lot of rocks. They've been working out, but they're not in game shape. So that'll come.
Jerry, every once in a while, proves that he's listening to us. He just popped into the chat and mentioned Shannon has been playing all weekend. They have all 5 players in Edmonton. This is the one thing I haven't seen yet this weekend in all of the games that I've played. This is the first open first end that I've seen.
Yeah, you don't see it too often. Usually what you see is someone throws it into the rings and a corner guard goes up and we're into it right away.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Einarson team talked about this and just decided if it was going to be right on the tee line. Let's hit it and see what she does.
Could be part of the consideration as well when you're traveling with 5. So they've got all 5 players here. They've probably subbed a little bit back and forth. So and it's only been 4 games, so
yeah.
you maybe got a player out there that's only played once or twice and just get one solid end.
Yeah, it's not awesome. This kind of an end is not awesome for the fans or the commentators, but it's really, really great for the players. Like this is the kind of end where you just kind of ease into the game, and it's great, right? You just kind of build into the game by just having a simple first end.
Also didn't see the quarterfinal I didn't feature either one of these two teams. Don't know what kind of game they had in the semifinal. Maybe they mentally needed a break.
That's fair too. Sunday at a Bonspiel, the semis is often the break.
They both scored 8 in their last game. Einarson was an 8-2 winner. Peterson was an 8-4 winner, but they did have to play 8 ends.
Yeah. There's no desire here for a corner guard just going straight into the rings. You got it open this far, you might as well keep it, right, John?
Yeah, you got to play this into the rings. You don't want to get forced here in the first end very bad. You know that if later on in the end for sure they just come around it and get the force, you're happy to blank. You've got last rock. Play the odd even end game. You can have last rock and the even ends right away.
Yeah. Do you think anybody thinks about that? Do you think they thought about that and said, if Peterson throws it in the rings, let's just try to blank it so we have the hammer? We get one more hammer then.
You know, they wouldn't have thought about it any different than they would any other weekend. I mean, that might just be part of their game plan. If we get a chance to blank the first and keep last rock into the second, we're going to do that. There are probably some teams out there that play that way. It certainly hasn't looked like it this weekend, but from the first end, you know, it used to be, I think I'm a little older than you, Maddie, but it used to be when we started talking about and thinking about when we wanted to have that last rock advantage in the even ends in an 8-end game, we'd start thinking about it in 6. Nowadays, these teams are thinking about it in the first end.
Yeah.
Odd and even end makes a difference, and it makes a difference in the way you call the game.
Yeah, you're right. We started thinking about it around 5 or 6 just to see, but also a lot of times the score would dictate it more so. But yeah, they're thinking about it right away now.
Yeah,
because everyone's so good. Conditions are so good.
The call you'll see in the first, third, and fifth end isn't necessarily the same call you'd see in the second, fourth, and sixth.
Yeah. Looking for just a little bit of a roll on. Normal weight hit. Just try to roll to the center.
Yeah, just needs that little bit of roll to make sure she's in the rings. I don't think.
Yeah, they're sweeping to just keep it.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
I was going to say, I don't think Kerri would ever go around it if you nose hit it, but
I don't think so either, honestly.
You don't want to find out you were wrong, so you make sure you roll into the rings.
Yeah. You never know, especially you got to follow a lefty if she hooks it around there, and you're like, oh. Nice shot. She doesn't at this point care whether she knows that it rolls to the center. You think?
Probably would like to stay somewhere on the outside just because that makes it easier to stay on the wings for the last one. The only thing that you maybe have going for you, and I don't know how much these players think about it as an announcer, because I've heard the stats, I think about it, but I don't know how much you can let that affect your play on the ice. There are stats that show, and I know these stats have started to be compiled since we started to use the Marco hacks, which are kind of designed to go straight down to the other end. There are stats that show as soon as you have to put the broom outside the edge of the 8-foot, there is a significant drop, even at this top level, in the accuracy.
Yeah.
So not that you're expecting a miss, not that you're ever expecting a miss, but you'd hope for something. Maybe see it there. She maybe didn't get all the way out to the broom when that was out that wide.
I wonder if maybe that was a weight. It looked a little quiet.
It was quiet. Besides, they probably didn't throw out quite that wide in practice either. No draw to the button for hammer here, but a lot of these teams, and I think to their credit, you go through the whole year, you're playing so much of that draw to the button for hammer before the game. And then when they get into a game like this where that's not part of it, you don't have to draw to the button. It was predetermined because of the finish. They do not, a lot of teams do not like to alter their practice. Do not change my routine before the game.
Right, yeah.
So everything is geared towards going to the middle. And when you get out that wide, it maybe isn't broken in quite the same. And and the weight came off.
Well, she's switching the side here, drawn to the other side. Based on this ice, it's not going to be quite as wide.
No, she'd like to keep this in the 8-foot somewhere so that if it's a nose hit, she doesn't have to go as wide to play the blank.
Right. Looks like she put it right where you suggested she put it here, right in the middle of the 8-foot.
Now, if you want to make it tricky, you try to roll to the outside a bit, but you don't want to roll out and just give her a throw through for the blank either.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a combination of just make sure that your weight is in control so they can sweep it and make this rock go away and make Kerri make her last. Last rock of the first end for Tabitha Peterson. Just a nose hit, maybe a little roll to the outside if they're feeling good about it. Or just a straight nose hit. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
So Kerri Einarson has last rock based on the standings in the pool play. So she's about to throw that last rock here in the first end, trying to peel this and make it go away.
First event of the season for the announcers too.
Yeah. Yep. Not at my best. I could use a little bit more ice on that.
There's too many syllables. We need
Yeah.
Smith versus Jones. That's easy. We can do that in September.
Well, nice half a rock peel there in the first end of the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. It is a blank end to start, and we will see you right after these messages.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting. We'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock!
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Welcome back to the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. Kerri Einarson versus Tabitha Peterson. It's a rematch of a game last night. And my name is Matt Hims, and I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. It was a kind of a boring first end, but they're just kind of seeing what things are going, and looks like we're going in the rings again. But just because we don't want to be bored, Kerri's going to throw a guard for us, which is awesome.
A little bit of feeling each other out. We talked a little bit in the first end about the fact that Shannon Burchard was out there in this game. They have traveled here to Edmonton with all 5 players. not traveling for all of them. I think Val lives in Edmonton.
Yeah.
But had a couple of comments in our production chat that they think they might be alternating games, and I went back during the commercial break, checked the quarterfinal this morning. Shannon was playing in the game this morning, so again, that could be another factor in. You want to play an open end because there's 7 players on the ice that already played one game today, but Kristen Karwacki, this was her first chance to get on the ice, so maybe you play an open end and make sure that everybody's got their legs under them, and then away you go. Back to Shannon Bouchard, though, it just makes you wonder. She had knee trouble last year, and it looks like maybe she's only playing every second game here. Dare we say, has load management made its way into curling?
Yeah. Well, that's the idea of a 5-man team, right? Or a 5-person team is load management.
Well, at least early in the season, yeah. Traditionally, the issue with a 5-person team and load management had more to do with workload management because everybody's got a job as well. But Shannon did have a significant knee injury last year. I don't know the specific nature of it. I know it was the knee. I'd heard that much, but I do remember seeing her start an event in Swift Current when she thought she was healthy, wasn't able to finish, and didn't play again for the rest of the season. So they are likely opting to be careful with it this year.
Little bit of a miss here for the Peterson team coming into the rings, giving an opportunity here for quiet weight hit and roll. Key is here to hold your shooter. That's the most important part.
Yeah, even if it's not on the rings, to have a double corner on that side, but it might spin in.
I think that's spun in. Based on their reaction, that is definitely in.
They do look pretty happy about it.
Yeah. All the reactions suggest that is definitely in.
Peterson looking at the double on the yellows over the top. Might be able to roll the shooter back to the center line with this.
Yeah, it's going to have to be over the top. Might still leave the back yellow or the first yellow. Be tough to get it over the top and get it out of the rings.
Well,
still leave the point guard.
Well, you could make the over the top double on the yellows. And what I'm not sure about is whether or not you keep your red. If everything rolls out of play, it's not helping you a lot either. She's going to totally miss the second one anyway.
Yeah, there aren't too many other options here other than nose this back one. You could think about splitting the rings, but I'm not sure. You'd be shot and third.
It's early enough in the end. You could guard that again too. You know she's going to try to peel it again. I mean, if she makes the peel, you're looking at a blank. But you make this, she's going to get one good chance at a double.
Yeah. Yeah, try to nose this.
You got to stay first.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. Well, they're definitely working it. I think the quiet weight helped it a lot there. Good weight control.
Yeah. If you knew you could get that little roll and stay there, you'd have played it because it now makes the double really tough. It's thin slash.
It's pretty thin slash. They're looking at the hit and roll inside. Really nice control weight they're throwing here. Really gives them an opportunity to sweep both sides. This looks really close.
That's pretty good there. I mean, you would like to get a little bit more behind, but you don't ever want to be dead behind because the whole point of trying that roll behind is you're hoping to make Kerri Einarson play the run back. Well, if you dead in behind and she absolutely nuts the run back, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
She can see enough of it to get at it directly right now. You needed just a couple of inches more roll would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Still pretty good. This is a tougher shot.
It's great. Yeah. Looking to roll out to the wing again a little bit.
Right back to the same spot would be good, but it's got to stay.
Looks perfect. Really good weight control again. See if you can get this right underneath. If you get it right underneath and they run it back, then at least their shooter won't be on the rings.
Yeah, true. It'll just be a guard, and they are getting closer together as this creeps up higher in the rings.
Yeah.
They won't be happy with that because Einarson now probably has the chance. Well, she's going to try to keep it out there. I thought she might play the long roll all the way across.
Yeah, I did too.
And then there's no chance for the double.
I thought she would take a run at this. I think this is getting to the point where I wonder if a nose hit here, they take a run at the double. It's a lot of risk, but they're a lot closer together. It's going to stay.
That's again, if you knew you were going to stay in the rings,
right?
That's a great roll because that takes that whole double you were just talking about off the table. Yeah. It's just too tough.
No double anymore. No, and just going super wide into the weeds, into a place that we haven't really seen a rock yet. So a little bit more pebble. This might curl a bit on him.
I didn't see them have a real solid discussion about this, and I'm just looking at it. Maybe they should have. You could still play to get that roll into half behind, but you're also in a spot now with where that rock stopped. If you nose hit this, you'd still be shot rock, and Kerri Einarson would have to roll in to be in the rings.
Yeah.
And then you might have a better shot at the double.
Right.
So you really have to pick one or the other. You can't be in between here. They're playing the roll.
Definitely going for the roll. I think the broom or the curl just dictated that.
Way too far.
It's not bad.
Well, but it by rolling to that side of the yellow, for sure, Kerri can roll away.
Yeah, right.
There won't be any kind of an easy double. It'll be a slash double. You might have to try it anyway.
You might have to try it, or else if Kerri can roll just to the other side of the center line here,
you might try to roll back.
Yeah, you might try to roll back, or you got to try the slash. And you're already giving up 2. If she can make the roll to Val's left to Val's right foot, you're probably giving up 2.
Yeah.
So you might as well take on the slash.
Yeah, I mean, these teams are good enough. You don't expect to completely miss a rock when you're playing a slash, so you give it a shot. If you happen to catch the second one on the way by, you get back to the blank.
Yeah.
She's got to roll first. If she nose hits it, the double is a lot more makeable.
Yeah, the double's a lot more makeable.
If you wanted to play aggressively, if she nose hits it, the roll behind the yellows
could get a force.
Fairly routine too.
This is curling.
If you roll behind the yellow, the freeze is an option as well.
Yeah, does she take on the freeze in the first end?
Well, that's the second end, but I don't know. The fact that the guard's kind of in the way is the only reason that I'd look at it. Like if you get 3/4 freeze, she can't get at it from the out turn side.
Yeah.
They were prepared to play the double if they had a shot at it, so they're looking at that anyway. Now, the tricky part about these ones, these straight back doubles always look, in my opinion, they look easier than they are. You're a sliver on the high side, you jam it. You're a sliver on the low side, it goes by. Like you need a lot of precision on these straight back ones. They look easy because it looks like, just a nose hit and it's got a piece, but that's the thing. It's got to be exactly a nose hit.
Yeah.
A little bit one way or the other, and you don't get what you're looking for.
Looks a little bit wide.
They're trying to get it over the top now.
Yeah.
Drives it harmlessly by, and it'll be a chance to draw for 2.
Yeah, draw for 2. So the whole blank the first end pays off. Very deliberate about that ice call. I like
Yeah,
it.
well, what I have to think, and I don't remember back to the practice, I wasn't paying enough attention, but when you look at it that long, I think she's thinking, okay, we play the broom on this side. If I'm heavy, we use ours for backing. If I'm not heavy, we don't need the backing. But she was on the other side of the sheet first, which tends to make me think that was the side of the sheet that they played to draw to the button. So your natural thought is, we played practice on this side, we'll play it. But it's the second end. Conditions are a little different. Now you play this path where you might have some backing. And what I do like about this, you see teams all the time, they play the backing, but they don't tighten up the broom.
Yeah.
You want the broom in a spot where if you're heavy, you'll come to the back one. If you're not heavy, you don't need the backing.
She looks like she needs the backing.
When she's not at it yet, there it goes.
Solid deuce for the Kerri Einarson team here in the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. And after these messages, we'll be back for end number 3.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular.
And I'll have the rip berry. But can I get vanilla oat milk? And I'll
Nice, or maybe too positive on the release, because she was, if she doesn't touch it, she's through the house.
Yeah, we didn't see the release, but that's probably what it was, right? Positive. Wow, positive release.
One of a kind.
Well, good pick.
But I thought her broom placement was pretty good for that. I do like that. I see teams make that mistake all the time. Play to the backing, so let's take draw ice and play to the backing. Well, if you're heavy, you're not going to get to the backing. You got to tighten up the broom if you're going to think like that. And then if you don't need the backing, it doesn't matter. She wants hammer knee again. Could be playing the delayed corner too. We saw that a lot last year.
Yeah.
You hit the first one and then throw the corner guard. So you've already dealt with the one in the middle. You never have to worry about a guard.
Welcome back to the semifinal of the Saville Shootout between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. My name is Matt Hames. I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. Sean, that was a pretty routine deuce for Einarson in that end.
Yeah, got a second one into the rings early, and then it was just an exchange of stones. The Peterson team really never, they got one chance at the double and just pushed it across the top.
Here we go. We have the first rock was in the rings and Peterson hit it. Kerri Einarson hit it back, and now we have a guard. It's the delayed corner guard, right?
Yeah, saw this. I guess it's been around for a couple of years, but I saw a lot more teams playing it last year. It's just one of those things that with the 5-rock free guard zone, you start to let too many rocks pile up in the middle while you're setting up your corner, and it takes too long to deal with the center later on. So what they do, if the first one comes in, you hit it, and you know that no matter what happens with the next shot, you're throwing your corner guard with the lead second stone. This is the 5th stone of the end. Even if Kerri Einarson makes a good guard here, you can start peeling after this.
Yeah. It's not the most ideal spot for a corner guard. Kind of takes away the in-turn draw, and it's drawing too much of the forefoot. It's not quite a corner guard.
Yeah, I would have liked it a little bit wider.
Yeah. It's those little things. It's just those little things that end up controlling an end. where your corner guard's not quite far enough out, takes away the entire side of that sheet for later. Going to chase it.
Yeah, that rock just wouldn't stop. And
yeah, just
leaves her half anyway.
Yeah, just half roll to the ring, roll to the wings. Nice release. Good control weight. Good weight control, I should say. Not control weight. Good weight control. Seeing that so much more now. So consistent with their weights.
Well, she'll be happy with that. It's just as I'm watching that rock go down, I'm thinking, it's interesting. I don't know this team well enough to know, with Tabitha Peterson and Tara Peterson. If it was a men's team, you'd assume they were sisters, but I guess it's possible they could be sister-in-laws too.
Right, yeah, they could be.
And I don't know. So somebody will probably pop into the chat and let us know.
I think they just got a little trick there by the finish that they anticipated. I think they were anticipating a little bit more finish because I don't think she overthrew that. I think they were just anticipating maybe just tightening up a little bit in terms of the amount of curl later in the bonspiel.
Yeah, you do see that from time to time. They condition the stones before the event starts, but full set of draws Friday and Saturday, and it's a lot of games on the rocks. They're still curling plenty.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But it can be subtly different this far into an event.
I was seeing that kind of weight Friday and Saturday curling a bit more than that particular one.
It could also be that particular spot in this particular sheet.
Yeah.
When I'm announcing, I have to admit I don't always know what sheet we're on because from the camera view, everything looks the same. So if there's a particular spot on a particular sheet, I don't always remember it from one game to the next.
Yeah, I hear you. That's probably more like
could be.
It's possible that this is sheet 3.
That I could look up, but
yeah. Just trying to cap this right here. Throw a center guard halfway, right in front. You know it's going to curl.
And it is sheet 3. If that helps you at all, I just don't remember whether I've done any other games on sheet 3.
Yeah, it was on the higher numbers the whole time, 6s and 7s, and on the other side.
Definitely, if you're only going to cover a piece of this yellow, you got to get to the inside of it.
Yeah,
that's what we call a
sure
really
they're going to be happy with that.
Tight guard, almost biting the 8-foot.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely a double there. You might be able to get all 3 of them moving. It's more important to get the 2 in front of the tee line.
Yeah, I think so.
That rock behind your guard, behind the tee line, that's something you actually could freeze to later on.
Yeah, that's not hurting you. That's helping you. No set double here. We're on it the whole way.
Yeah,
she's going to jam.
She gets away with it.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Jammed a little bit, left it in the rings, but it leaves a pocket behind the tee line, kind of behind the corner. And where her shooter rolled, it's tough now for Kerri Einarson to do anything with it because of those.
I don't think she can. Yeah, I don't think she can remove that. So I think that the conversation here is: do you come around everything, in turn or out turn, or out turn or in turn? Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could pick it, but that doesn't really help you.
No, and it's tough. I mean, there's a substantial risk of just jamming it.
Yeah.
I think part of the conversation, again, I should warn the viewers at home just in case, we can't hear the production so the ice cameras. I know the viewers at home on the YouTube sometimes can hear the ice cameras, and sometimes you can pick up what the players are saying. So we can't hear it. We're only speculating. I think that you can get a better shot coming around the middle.
Yeah.
But what they're worried about is if you leaving that draw to the pocket around the wide intern side, maybe you have to get there first.
I think I'd be tempted to play the wide intern, Val's out turn here, which is what they're playing.
Yeah.
I think that's the better shot because that's where Tabitha Peterson wants to go too.
Well, exactly. I think I don't think there's any discussion that they're playing a draw. It's a question of which one, and it's not.
Yeah.
Sometimes you talk about, well, which one do we know how to make? This is more about what do you want to leave?
Yeah, yeah.
We could make either one of them, but we're going to leave either the tap up on the red or the come around draw. Like which one do we want to leave? The tap up looks tougher because she's got to be very precise with the line on it. She can only see just all of the red.
Yeah. If you get this there in the way, it kind of takes away the pocket a little bit too.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So we're looking for top 8. Top 8, they indicated. They would take top 4. Mine looks good. Maybe just a little heavy.
Yeah,
not bad,
this
though.
is going to be at or behind the tee line. It doesn't really take anything away. She could still follow that down.
Yeah.
I told you the chat would deliver, and it did. The Petersons are sisters.
Yeah.
Not sisters-in-law. You assume they were. I mean, you look at them; they do have a similar look to them.
Yep.
But I was about to say sister, and then I realized she doesn't have to be.
They're playing this with Peel. They're playing with this a lot of weight. Because I don't. Just get rid of. Just move some things around.
It's like just normal. If you dead stuff it, it won't matter. If you're a little bit off, that's the problem because then it starts to spill like that.
Yeah. Just really tight ice. This is why I assumed that they were throwing it pretty hard, like almost right on the rock.
If they were just going to pick one of them out, I don't think that's the one they wanted to pick either.
No, I think they wanted to
kind of jam it on the top one, at least then you move it all the way behind the tee line. Now, if Kerri does the same thing that Val did, come right down to the face of her own, the shooter's well in front of the tee line now.
Yeah. First rock of the third end for Kerri Einarson. They like it for weight. Starting to curl, which means that it's probably pretty close for weight.
Pretty close for line here. That not getting too far away from this one.
It's a great draw. It's a really good spot.
Yeah, even if you tried to make that run now, it's a pretty good chance that yellow's jamming onto the back one.
I'm not sure that you have. I mean, you could take on your first. You could take one more shot at just running this in.
I think you have to. You could play the draw now, and that's what they're looking at, the outturn draw.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. If you're not real good with the outturn draw, you might not have a shot with your second one.
That's true, yeah.
At least if you run it.
You make it. You just walk out there and make it.
I'm not sure where you can make this that Kerri can't do something with it. That's the scary part. They really need to take a look at exactly
you're
where
going to try to
want it.
go. Yeah, you're going to try to go. Like the perfect spot is right top button.
But then can she come down and tap it through the 4-foot and her shooters sit in a spot where you can't score?
Right. Yeah.
You,
I mean,
you can't get dead behind the red one.
You're not going to be dead buried. You're going to be
Yeah.
3/4 buried, maybe half buried. What you're hoping is that she hits half a rock and jams it on the one that's just behind the tee. So if you can get it just a little bit past the rock, that's the rock on the top 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure that. What I'd be worried about, I'm not sure that hope is very realistic. I don't think she's.
I agree.
Go
Yeah,
hard.
it's super precise. It's a super precise shot. Looks like they're going for weight, which is a problem because it needs to curl. They're backing off. Might have overswept this a bit early. It was pretty good. That's a pretty good shot.
Well,
she's thinking now to try to get as close to the nose as she possibly can. If she can just have still like a hair of her rock underneath, it looks like it's going to be tough to do. But she's playing just backline weight, just to tap it out of the 4-foot.
Yeah, if you nose this, tap it straight back. I don't know if Peterson can score.
Right. Yeah. It looks like the weight. She had indicated back 12-foot weight, but what she might have been indicating is where we're tapping the rock to, because this looks pretty tight for just a heavy draw. So I suspect this is going to be more along the lines of a hack weight. Make it go away. Not get aggressive here. Just make this rock go away. Last rock of the third end for Kerri Einarson. Certainly quiet. On it for line.
Certainly positive on the release, but had to be narrow on the slide because this is curling hard.
This is on the top one. Yep. Repeat the draw.
Paid off. She's got her chance for 2.
Yep. It was a really good draw from Tabitha Peterson there. Put some pressure on. Didn't think that the Einarson team was going to get aggressive. Might have just slid a little tight, though.
Yeah. Unforced error for sure. You hit and roll out. At least she's got to draw to the button for the single. And she doesn't have a ton of room for error. She did make it. But, I mean, the 2 yellows around the outside are both just about full 4. There's not a lot of room.
I think it's going to be better for the game to get a deuce here anyway.
It's all about the announcers. We want a better game.
We want a better game. I fully support a deuce right here. And not a force to 1. Looks like a real good shot. And the Peterson rink bounces back with a deuce in the third end, and we are all tied up in the semifinals of the Saville Shootout. We'll be right back with the fourth end right after these messages.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at theGrandSlamOfCurling.com. Let's rock!
And welcome back to the semifinal of the Saville Shootout. Kerri Einarson versus Tabitha Peterson. We're all tied up here after 3 ends, playing the 4th end here. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. Sean, I think we're going to get some rocks in play this end.
We are, but while we're waiting for this end to develop, we got some help last end, as I wasn't sure if the Peterson girls were sisters or sister-in-laws. We got some help from the chat confirming that they are indeed sisters. So I'm going to see how much more help we can get from our viewers at home. Tabitha, of course, has a vest on, so I can't see her name bar, but it's Tara and Tabitha. They both have a T. So I noticed on Tara's jacket it says T.S. Peterson. What's the S stand for?
Inquiring minds want to know.
I could just hear the keyboards going at home now. Google. Should put a stopwatch on it and see how long it takes for us to get an answer.
Yeah. Well, we're back to a sort of a classic curling end here. A guard, come around, freeze on the rock. Might see another freeze on the rock if they're all made.
Now this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the odd and even ends. Kerri Einarson with hammer in the even end. Would love to set up her deuce.
This isn't really how you wanted to draw it up. It's
nope.
Gonna end up all right. Just trying to take it all the way back there and make sure that it's out of the way. I think she freezes onto her own yellow, doesn't it? Yeah. I guess you could do that.
Jerry Gertz, not much help. He's piped into the production chat. Says that S is her middle initial. Not. He's not getting.
Probably could have guessed that one.
He's not winning the award for that one. That's not the answer we were looking for.
Right, so we're playing a little hit and roll here to the wings. Like I said, I think this is a perfectly fine shot.
Yeah.
Might have taken a run at freezing on your own, but hey, this is good too.
Yeah, I don't think you needed to here. You make the hit and roll open. You kind of put the pressure on Peterson. Do you really want to ignore a stone in the back when the yellows are piling up? You force her to hit this open one for a while. That one in the front's always in a good spot.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
She might have liked to roll even just a little bit farther. There's a chance she can roll back in behind to the back forefoot, cut the rings down.
Yeah.
I don't think she can be shot rock.
I don't think she can be shot rock either, but like you said, it can cut the rings down.
Yeah.
Trying to carve it over here, get it to curl a bit. This is going to give them a chance to really roll out into the wing.
Yeah. Kind of split the house, keep shot rock in the open, and it's just you can't afford to let this game get away from you. If you're Tabitha Peterson, you can't you can't ignore the open stone and risk giving up 3. Yeah. So you have to hit the open one.
It's right now on schedule for like a no stress deuce.
Well, there's still going to be a chance for 3. Like at some point in time, she'll wait till later in the end. Instead of hitting this rock out here, she will play the come around to her own and try to get 3.
Yep.
And that's the nerve-wracking part. If you're the Peterson team, it's like there's not much we can do about it, right? You have to hit the open one.
Other than hit and roll underneath. If you can hit and roll underneath, then it could change the dynamic of this end a little bit. Not much, but a bit.
Now it's going to be deep enough that I'm not sure how much it helps you. Your way out is you might have to be the one that freezes to the yellow in the top of the forefoot first, and that's scary because you make that shot, you're still giving up 2. If you don't make it, you're giving up 3.
Yeah. So the idea here is to just try to bring all the play back to the center line as much as possible.
Yeah. It becomes largely a game of cat and mouse right now.
Oh, look at this.
This is earlier.
See that one coming? Yeah.
I didn't. And I wonder. Well, or did she? I wonder if she didn't. Okay, let's make them think we're already thinking about it, so that they make.
Yeah, right. Never going to do it, but
let's say I'm not saying never, but I would have thought it would have been 2 shots away at least.
Yeah, no,
so you're trying to put it into Peterson's mind that maybe she has to make a move sooner.
Yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe she legitimately was thinking about it, but that could be part of it too. Peterson knows at some point in time, Kerri's going to make that shot, try to get her 3.
Yep.
Kerri's trying to force her to make that, maybe trying to force her to make that decision a little earlier.
All these nose hits, 2 more nose hits, and there's a double.
Well, even now with it nose hitting twice, she could roll to the back of the 4-foot, probably be shot rock behind cover.
Yeah. That was the call. Looks pretty close. Very nice shot.
She's behind cover, and she is shot rock.
She is shot rock, yeah. That was their goal. Bring the play to the center line. So here we go.
Val Sweeting will look to lock the freeze right on the corner of that stone, as much of it as she can get in front of it. And three's still not out of the question by any means.
No, definitely. And you don't even have to be dead frozen to this, right? The goal is to be shot in front of it.
Yeah, and as close to edge on the yellow as you can.
Yeah, right. It's not curling as much as I thought. Might be just a little heavy. Where do you go now? Right on top.
I think you corner freeze the top yellow. Yeah.
You corner freeze to the top yellow too. The risk of going right on top is if you bounce off a tiny bit, you leave a double and then you're back.
Or even if you're short of it, she might be able to play the slash over the top double, and that back one now is too far back to help you. I think you're freezing the top yellow here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yep.
Put it right where the skipper tapped the ice, and you're good.
Might force a peel of the guard. You don't want to bounce here. Short would be better than bounce.
Yeah, for sure. But the way both brushers are going at this, it looks like maybe they're thinking it's a lot short.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the line they needed either.
No, it doesn't have the line. It's not bad.
Need
gonna
to
leave
keep
it.
coming.
Yeah.
Double's
Not
there.
great. Yeah. Nose hit double for.
Needed to overlap that yellow just a little bit.
Yeah.
Line was good. I mean, if she's got 2 feet more weight, it would have been
perfect.
Yeah, it would have been good.
Nose hit double. Big shot. Might have lost it. Well, that goes from very possibly grabbing a multiple to really risking giving up a steal now.
Yeah, I mean, she's still got shots. She's got the tap on the yellow, actually a tap either side. Hard to set up a deuce either way, though.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean,
Peterson's
going to go top button buried. Yeah.
No, I don't like this.
You don't like that?
No, then she runs back to 12 o'clock rock and doubles or triples the yellows.
Yeah. Well, she's got to. Yeah, she's got to. If you're dead behind this, you're gonna leave a run back triple on the 3 reds.
Yeah.
But if
I think if you're coming in, you want to just get a sliver around that red. Basically, you're just trying to take away any kind of draw path to the middle, and you need enough of an overlap that it takes away her run back too. But I don't think you want to be anywhere near the 4-foot.
Well, the tendency here too is to throw this a bit light because you just don't want to be heavy. Like you don't want to be heavy. So it might be a guard actually.
Well, I mean, the call is kind of a guard, but it's on this ice with how late the curl is. To guard the draw path, you still probably have to be in the 8-foot. This is too deep.
Yeah, this is a little too deep. She's going to draw or hit this?
I would think she's going to draw. You make the draw. The hit's still there on the last one. You could run the yellow into the one you're about to throw down.
You might even be able to get it core like around the outurn and tap the yellow with a bit of weight too, right? Hit a corner of the yellow with a board weight and bump it in there.
Probably still just for 2 if you do that. If you get the freeze to the middle of those 2 red ones, and that's maybe a bit of a saving grace for Peterson. She rubbed off a little bit. The run double is tough now because the 2 reds are side by side. But if you get this kind of to the pocket a little bit, yellow onto the 2 reds on the last one could be for 3. That rock at the top of the 4-foot could end up counting as the 3rd one still.
Yep. First rock for Kerri Einarson here in the 4th end. Trying to freeze down to this little pocket here. They're okay with it for line, it looks like. It's going to be close.
Got to get by their own.
Yeah, got to get by their own. They're by their own. Great sweeping. That's a good spot.
I really think you have to guard the run back now.
I think you do.
Because it's for 3.
It's definitely for 3. Can you freeze down to it?
You freeze down to it, it's still there, right? You'd have to get right to the face if you're anything on the angle at all. Yeah, if you're anything on the angle at all, it's still a run back. It's just 1 extra red that you got to get rid of. You take the run back away, and then hard to tell even from the overhead. If you tap that yellow at the top of the 4-foot on the angle, can you get enough button to beat the red at the back of the button?
I think you can, but I don't know.
You might have to move it, which is fine. You can do that too. There's no risk.
Yeah, I think you can move it.
You got to cover this run back. This has got to keep going.
Yeah, they just want to cover any part of it, right? Looks like it's going to be fine.
It's going to get there, yeah. Oh, did they oversweep it? Did it bounce off?
It might have.
It might.
Blast an outturn? I guess you can even throw an intern at this. They're checking to see whether or not they can throw the intern draw first. That was the first thought. They're even looking at the possibility of just nosing this with an intern.
There's just a slight overlap, but then again, a curling rock's not a square. It's round, so
yeah. I think you can make this. Yeah, I think you can make this.
Yeah.
I think they can make this shot too. I think they can make this shot, to be clear. They're playing with a bit of weight, half a rock.
Yeah, absolutely no doubt they can make this shot, but the other one's for 3.
Yeah, so, I know. I like 3 more than 2 because it's 1 more. Does she look in the hack and see whether or not she can make it? She just focused on the shot she's going to play.
Sometimes these situations come down to you were expecting the guard to get made, so you already were prepared to throw this shot.
Last rock of the 4th end for Kerri Einarson. Little control weight, tap back for 2. Got to go for line.
Yeah, she's got to hit this thin, and she's going to be
possibly no. It's
got to be thin. Got to be thin.
Really nice shot. It's a solid 2 for the Kerri Einarson rink. in the semifinal of the Saville Shootout. And after these messages, we'll be back for the fifth end.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, The Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Welcome back to the semifinal of the Saville Shootout between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. And after a blank in the first end, we've been trading deuces. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined by Sean Joyce. Sean, what do you think of the first four ends of this game so far?
Well, it's been exciting. It's been some good plays. There's been some good angles, some nice shots made. I'm just looking at the setup to this fifth end, and I think it's interesting. We've been talking, it's early in the season. I haven't talked a lot about it yet. I know some of the viewers that have seen me do games over the years may think I talk about it too much, but these teams so conscious of even versus odd end, even at the start. Well, here you see the third end. Kerri Einarson brought the first one into the rings, and you saw the Peterson team play the delayed corner guard. Kerri Einarson here in the fifth, the same 2-point lead, doesn't want to give her the chance to play that same end, so she threw the tight center and forced the play to the middle. And I find these things really fascinating to watch, how the strategy develops in these. There's only a few select kind of scripts that you can play these first five ends, but it's interesting to see how these teams want to approach it. You still have to execute. That one a little deep, rubs off and goes to the back.
Yeah. Here we go again, right? A hit and roll to the wing. And
yeah, we saw this,
saw this
the
last
Einarson
time.
team, yeah. Hit and roll to the wing. It's unlikely that Einarson's going to ignore the open stone, at least early in the end.
Val's trying to decide if she should stay there or go down to the other end. Like they're fighting it the whole way down, but looks pretty close. It's a good shot. Oh, look at that. Not even going to care. Just play the straight back run. Tight guard. It's not really a lot of room. So nose hit and take the advantage of this end back. Take control of the end back. Could wait. Could do that a bit later in the end. Gotta make it. Doesn't look like you're gonna. So where do you put this rock?
Well, that's the $1 million question, isn't it? That's the one thing about playing that run back early. We're still just at the 6th rock of the end. This is a long time to try to hold a big end in the rings, but you don't want to guard, the natural one to guard would be the higher one in the rings, which is the shot rock in this case.
Yeah.
It's also on the center line. You don't want to throw center guard.
Right.
So you kind of have to, I think, play to the open wing.
I think you either play to the open wing or you play to the other wing. It groups the rocks a little bit, but you got a guard there, sort of.
If you play to the other wing, I think you're guarding. If you're, and that's the other thing. You don't really love guarding a rock in the back of the 8 foot.
Yeah. The thing about coming in here is they've got 5 shots out of double.
It's a long time to hold it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you assume they're going to make one. If they make 2, you're back to basically blanking.
If you slide this through the rings.
Yeah, this is. It's out of play, but it's out of the rings, but it's not out of play. So it could jam now. Like you have to worry about it.
It very well could, because you're going to try to hit and roll towards that other red, so that this one's coming back in that direction somewhere.
Yeah.
We may have stumped the chat. I still don't see a middle name. I don't see the S for Tara S. Peterson.
Well, as Jerry said, it's the first letter of her middle name.
Well, maybe what Jerry's thinking, I'd have to ask him. Maybe it's like a Homer Simpson thing. It's Homer J. Simpson. What does the J stand for? It stands for J.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is, like, you nose this. You can't really roll much, but you got to roll a tiny bit, because if you nose hit this and they hit and roll a little bit closer, like they're getting closer to that double. So you gotta try to roll this to the center line. I don't think this is gonna roll to the center line, John. I think this is gonna roll.
Yeah, you probably have to take a run at the double now.
Yeah.
You can't expect to get a much better chance than this.
Yeah.
If you over curl and nose hit it, it's not the end of the world. The only thing you worry about here is if you're a little thin on the first one and you dead jam it, because then you're rolling well over to the other side and you'll split the rocks wide for them.
Yeah, just stay around the side of just off nose, keep it in play. No, not going to do that.
Make it over the top. Touched it.
All right. You just get it over there, and your deuce is back on, and you're still a.
Yeah, and now we're late in the end too. There's not going to be a lot of time to group them and set up a double.
No. You might still get a chance at tucking one behind that corner guard with a half shot. Make this, and Kerri hits the open one. If they roll out, you're going to be frozen and half behind the corner guard. Not quite frozen, but right on top of a.
Well, you're thinking if she jams it, yeah, maybe.
I'm thinking I think Kerri hits the open one here. But
I see what you mean.
And if she rolls out,
I don't think she does. I think she's hitting.
Yeah. I think that had to be a little bit. If that's a little bit farther, like closer to
deeper?
A freeze. Yeah, a little deeper, closer to a freeze. I think she hits the open one. I don't think she risks this, but there's no risk anymore. Not a lot of risk anyway. Pretty good for grouping too.
Probably the best they could do. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had to be shot rock, or she doesn't necessarily even have to hit it.
Yeah.
needs a bit of a broomside roll here.
Yeah.
She will leave the double.
Doesn't look like. She's gonna. She takes this on. There's no risk. There's no way it jams. You'd have to hit it really.
She'd have to be really thin. Now, she doesn't necessarily have to play the double either. She could play the hit and roll in front of it too.
Yeah.
It looks.
I think she's more of a double person.
Oh, for sure. But if you're worried about the jam, you could hit it thicker and just roll a piece in front of that red. It looks like it's high enough for that. I haven't seen the overhead view myself yet.
It looks like half a rock just from maybe just a thinner than half a rock, but not much. Close. Almost had the overhead there, Sean.
Yeah.
You're teasing us.
Kind of need the overhead of the house, not so much the guard area.
It's all good. Let's see. My guess is half a rock makes it.
My guess is Rory's swearing at Sean right now.
That's probably true. A little bit more than half, so we're playing the hit and roll on top of it.
The problem with that weight, though, is you roll over
the
top of it.
Yep.
And too far. Like if you had been playing to hit and roll in front of it, you probably would have thrown that just a shade quieter because you didn't want to do what we just saw. That's why you kind of have to commit to one shot or the other on that. You're either playing the double when you throw the weight to the head, or you're playing the hit and roll. You bring it down a little bit and make sure you don't over roll it.
I think they were playing the double wall.
Oh, they were for sure with that weight. Yeah,
and it was just half a rock because they were almost 3/4 there.
Could leave something interesting with the last one just because of where that rolled. Even if she splits the house here, would you try a bit of an around the horn to see if you could get to the red one? Well, you touch the yellow, touch the red, and you're going to spin across sideways.
Go straight sideways.
Depending where this stops.
Well, unless they're pounding it. They're going crazy on this.
Yeah.
This really needs to go.
You got to get at least second out of this.
Well, I don't think they did. I don't think they got second, but got to make this. I'm not saying she's not going to.
And even if you do, there's probably going to be a double back there. But, if you roll all the way to the center line, it's going to be a pretty flat double and pretty long.
It's going to be pretty flat, yeah.
Val's not interested in the nose hit. She's just trying to get an idea in her own mind. Where is the back end of this stone going to be when we roll over? That's all she's doing there, trying to gauge how flat can we make this.
Last rock of the fifth end for Kerri Einarson. Ooh, little out on her release. Not the greatest of slides.
Or a lot.
It was pretty quiet. Really well managed. Still might be a double.
Oh, there was going to be a double, but it is pretty flat. Not a lot of room between them. That helps.
I don't think they're worried about it jamming. I think they indicated that it might, but
jam won't matter.
Okay, yeah, it definitely won't matter. This looks like a half, bit more than half, thick half.
I would say thick, yeah. The danger here, you hit the first one too thin, you hit the back end of the second one, and even if you make it, your shooter might scooch through the back of the rings.
Yeah, right. All right, last rock of the fifth end for Tabitha Peterson. Thick half for a double here for a deuce back. It's got the weight. They're on it right away. Always prefer that than a hard woe. It's half a rock. It's beautiful. Great double, great deuce. Deuces are wild here at the Saville Shootout in the semifinal. After 5 ends, we have a tie game. We'll be back after these messages for the 6th end. Stay with us.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Welcome back to the semifinal of the Saville Shootout. This has been wild in this game between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. Sean, everyone just keeps getting a deuce.
Yeah, I just don't know what all the fuss is about. It looks like deuces are easy.
Yeah, it's just routine deuces here and there. Not a lot of really super complicated deuces either.
No, they've had them set up early, and then it's just a matter of holding them for the rest of the end, and so far been able to do that.
Yeah, there's nothing better than a stress-free deuce. What is the Tabitha Peterson team go into this end trying to hope for?
Yeah, that's a good question. This game has been really dictated by who's had last rock, and she doesn't have it here. She doesn't want to give up another two. A blank end's actually not bad for her because there's a chance she gets a force in 7. She'd have the hammer coming home, but it's tough to force the other team to blank when they want to play offensively, which, you know, Kerri Einarson, 6th end, she's got the hammer. She'd like to get her deuce here.
Yeah, so the Kerri Einarson is for sure going for a deuce here. Do you think there's ever any moment where Peterson starts peeling?
No, but I think she'd like to keep the play. And it's in the middle to start, but I mean, it's in the middle to start because the rule kind of dictates that you have to play to the middle to start. Kerri's going to want to get the play to the corners eventually.
What was the call? To just release that rock and hit and roll over. That's going to make for a decision right here.
It does.
Yeah, Tabitha Peterson is indicating that they're sitting shot right now, but that's not a positive thing. That is not good. Doesn't matter who shot yet. What matters is that there are 2 yellows in there. And
that's the thing. Do you really want to ignore yellows? And if you don't ignore the yellows, you might see the play, you know, that guard disappears, and then how do you get the play back to the middle ever?
Yeah, their two shots were nose hit. I think they want to nose this or come around. They decided to play the nose hit.
They'd like to nose it and then have Kerri make the play on this stone. The problem is I'm not sure she's going to make the play on this stone.
Yeah. I think she just noses back, right?
Well, I don't know that she plays this stone at all. It's the guard that's the stone she's got to be worried about.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to see a roll inside anyway. Yeah, I think you just run this.
Straight back on the guard might get all 3 reds.
Yeah, certainly get certainly might get them moving for sure. Little roll to the center line.
I don't even think she has to roll. It's pretty close to dead on the nose.
It's pretty close. I think it's just a tiny bit under. She'll take just the double on the 2 reds here, though. Bonus if you get the 3rd one moving. Looks a little out there.
Well, you might have to get the double on the back one.
It's not a bad result.
No, it's not bad. Got rid of the guard. It's the same as if they had left the guard or the hit and roll out there.
Yeah, yeah.
And she just peeled the center guard. I mean, the guard was the problem rock. So at this point in time for Tabitha Peterson, it's kind of the same as last time, but not quite. She's trying to hold 3 in the rings for as long as possible just to get the force.
Yeah. If she rolls this 2 rocks, it might set up a triple. And you know that they're going to take it on.
Yeah. Mind you, even to get back to that, like a blank is not bad, I don't think, for the Peterson team.
Well, there's the couple of rocks that needed to roll. 3rd of a rock here.
I think you just play the hit and roll. That's what Kerri's looking at.
Kerri
Kerri really doesn't want to blank descent.
Right. Yeah.
But she's already risk-free. There's nothing in the center. So now can she set up a deuce without any guards? Well, the way to do that, hit and roll to the corner freeze. Yep. For Kerri Einarson, even if she gets forced to 1 here, she can turn around and play the 7th end with the idea that, hey, a steal of 1's good, a force of 1's good. Even if we give up 2, we're 1 down, but we've got Hammer coming home. You know, there's no real bad situation. If she blanks this end and gets forced in 7, she's got the last rock against her coming home. So now that the middle's clear, she'll try to set up a way to score points here. She's not worried about getting forced. She'd like to get her deuce.
So much more aggressive freezes and little taps.
Yeah. Hit and roll. I mean, there's a couple of rocks behind the tee line, so hit and roll in front of something.
Oh, there you go.
Could make the double. Could make the double and roll all the way across in front of the other stone.
Yeah. Big weight coming. Trying to hit 7/8 and roll across. Does not look. Oh, that's going to be it's going to be 3rd shot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There aren't too many good places to go. I think you still have to hit it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you're not stealing here, so do you really want to ignore a yellow stone?
Yeah.
There's no way to put it on the scoreboard if you put it in the back corner.
That's true.
Try to bring it in, and you bring it in and sit 3. If you leave a double now and another double later, that rock ends up being on the scoreboard. You cannot steal here, with barring a colossal miss in the left.
You'd have to get a couple of solid misses.
You're playing for the force, so be careful not to force them to 2.
Yeah. They're gonna have a conversation about this. I think that of the things that she suggested, I don't like going top 4 or top 8 foot on the center line in any way, shape, or form.
I'll tell you what, I'm not even 100% sure if you draw here that Kerri's hitting.
Yeah, I don't think
she could corner freeze that stone in the back of the one that's edge to edge with the yellow now. You corner freeze that, it's at worst 2nd shot after this draw. And now what do you do?
Yeah. You gotta try to run the yellow. We got to slash the yellow in, right?
Oh, but if it's frozen good enough, it's coming across into
Yeah, it comes
red's
straight
on the other
across.
side, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you might put a catcher.
Yeah.
It looks like they're playing. Looks like they're playing a draw. They're playing to split the ranks and sit 3.
And if you're going to draw, I think this is going way too wide. If you're going to, I think you want to make her play this rock. You get wide enough, it just makes that corner freeze draw more attractive. You actually
Well, it
could
also
give her on both sides too.
Yeah, if you're a little bit wide here, or the line isn't perfect, and you're right beside it, you're making pockets. You're putting rocks in play that I think the Einarson team wants. She's just hitting this.
Yeah, you made the double too easy here.
I guess, but if you just came down to it and
You
punched him a
could.
bit,
You definitely could. I mean, that was an option.
get
before.
rid of that yellow run
But
pretty hard.
You're also 2 doubles away from a deuce too, so
Yeah.
you make this one now, even if she knows hits it. I mean, it's still going to be there on the next one. If she ever rolls out or rolls to the middle.
Yeah. Nose hit, and then you've got a shot at it.
Yeah, true. You could do it. You could look at getting it that way too.
I think the key to this shot, I guess you have to nose it if you can roll a hair inside. Maybe it's not bad. But then, does Kerri ever just play the freeze on this?
Well, on the one that she's about to hit,
Yeah.
it's going to be high enough up in the rings. I don't know that she can get shot
Yeah, but
off.
if
But
you
second
don't have to
okay
be
on the-
shot.
No, you don't. But second's a little bit easier on the other side because on this side, there's the rock that's on the other side. She can't get at it from the intern side because that yellow's in the way, right? So you
Yeah,
get corner
right.
freeze on the center line side, and then if she jams it, it's spinning towards the middle.
She's
Give her
gonna
a
group
chance
them.
give her a chance to try to group it. Go back to what you were talking about. If you freeze on this stone that was just delivered now, she could try to blast it out. Now she's probably going to lose her shooter if she does that, but it could be a double back on the other side.
Well, yeah. If you froze on the center line side,
Well, if you
you'd
freeze
have to nose it,
yeah, I still think
and
it
then
goes
that could
under.
leave you a double back.
If you're maybe.
This isn't bad either. There's again.
If she was ever freezing, I don't think that's the one she was freezing. I think it was the other side because it's
Yep.
the yellow one kind of acts as a corner guard over there too. But this is the shot when she's left her shot to try to group those rocks.
Yep. Even nose hit, honestly. Even a nose hit isn't the worst thing in the world here.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. The other side of that though is if it's on across the house double for the last one for 2. Do you play that when there's a risk that if you don't catch
give
the
up a
second
steal.
stone at all, it's a steal, right? You'd like to. If they're close together, she's playing it for sure.
Yeah.
If it's a lot of separation, she might have to just be sure she's.
So these rocks are pretty much dead even right now. Maybe the yellow rock might be just a hair behind. I think there's if she noses it, I'm not sure that there's a double anyway.
I think there is if she noses it. A thick double, and the nice thing about the thick double, we saw it a couple of ends ago when she had to make a choice, double or to hit and roll. She played the double, hit it a little thick, rolled across the top. Well, that's not going to be there. She's never going to be able to hit this thick enough to roll across the top. So that gives you, you could go for it a little harder when you can't roll out over the top.
Right. Pretty good shot.
Yeah, that's enough of a roll. I don't think there's any chance for double now.
No, just a nose hit for 1. Well, at the beginning of the end, we said, what does Peterson want? And this is what you said. So they got the force, it looks like, and Einarson's got to make this shot, obviously, but last rock here, nose hit for the first single of the game. Deuces may no longer be wild. Last rock of the sixth end for Kerri Einarson. Nose hit for one. Sliding a little tight and poking things out a bit, but I think the weight is going to be fine. And it's Kerri Einarson with 1 point in the sixth end to take a 5-4 lead going into 7. We will have that seventh end right after these messages.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos.
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made your way.
Welcome back to the semifinal of the Saville Shootout between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. The seventh end here, Einarson has a 5-4 lead. Peterson has the hammer. My name is Matt Hames, and I'm joined here by Sean Joyce. Sean, what do you think so far?
It's been a good game. It's interesting to watch the strategy develop. We've talked about that a few times. Kerri Einarson last end just did not want to see a blank end very bad. She got out of the situation where she had to worry about a steal early, took her chances to try to score two with splitting the house, never got anything really set up, but she, as I mentioned earlier, she was content to score one if she had to in the sixth. She wanted to make sure she kept the lead. And now here in the seventh, that dictates her strategy. She's looking to see a single point go on the board one way or the other. She doesn't care whether she steals one or forces one. So she's going to try to keep the play in the middle, play a little bit aggressively. For the Peterson team, they will have their own idea whether this is the age-old discussion in the free guard zone. Would you rather be, coming home, would you rather be one up without last rock or one down with? And they will know what their preference is. And because of that, they'll have an idea, there's going to come a point in this end somewhere, probably in the second stones, where they have to make a decision. Are we trying to score two here, or are we trying to blank? Yeah. And how they would prefer to come home is what's going to make that decision for them. Well, that's not going to make the blank easier.
No, but they got one over. They've got
a biter.
A biter is definitely going to cause a little bit of stress.
Well, it might dictate the play for them too, right? Like if you don't think you can blank, you have to play for 2 here.
Right.
This is the 5th stone of the end. After this one, I would expect her to make a play on the guard anyway, but if she's sure she's playing for 2 and this is a little deep, you may see them play aggressive, play the draw.
Not laying too many brushes to this. It's got a lot of rim, which means that it's going to be behind the tee. Do you freeze to it?
I'm peeling the guard all day long. I mean, the blank is kind of back in play because of where those rocks are at the back. Not that you could. I mean, you could play if you really want to play hard for 2. You certainly could play the draw. The scary part is you're playing the whole end around the middle, and that's when you can get forced or even give up a steal. I like the idea of the risk-free deuce or the blank. And ignoring a center guard is a little dangerous.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't bring risk-free out of the.
No. You don't even have to straight peel. Like you could get rid of the center guard and roll to a corner guard if you want to play for 2 yet. I don't like leaving the center guard there. You got a chance to deal with the middle. The earlier
they're going to have a conversation about it, and this is the big conversation, right? This is seconds. Well, seconds last. So, do you want to go, or do you want to try to keep things wide open?
Seconds first. It's a little earlier still.
Oh, seconds first. Yeah, sorry, seconds first.
Well, and if you decide to play the guard, are you straight peeling it, or are you hitting and rolling to a corner guard? Which, that's kind of the combination. It defends against playing in the middle, and it still gives you a chance to play offense on the corner. I kind of like that.
I like rolling to the left. Yeah, I don't know if I love this, but it's certainly going to make for an interesting end for us.
You roll to the left, there's the danger you jam it on your biter. So I'd try to roll in front of the biter. Or you're talking the skips left. That and out of the corner of my eye, I saw it was interesting. As soon as they decided they were playing the draw, of course, this is the second. Sometimes you have to manage stones. Well, she went into the corner and switched stones.
Yeah.
So she's obviously got one that they probably feels like it curls a little bit more. So when she's playing the come around here, they're using that for the draw. It's gotten to the point with these top teams where that is such a skill to identify. It used to be if you had one stone that was a little different, you got rid of it. Now they try to manage those because you'll use one for a hit, one for a draw.
This is definitely heavy. Yeah, it's not a great shot, but it's not the worst result in the world. There's just going to be lots of red in the rings now. Where blank is probably off the table unless they can make a runner and get rid of a bunch on this one. Probably have one more opportunity to run back a guard and get rid of some rocks, but
it was probably only Peterson that wanted the blank anyway. Einarson was content to try to force the play this end a bit. Again, like I said, a single point either way is great for Kerri Einarson. And if she happens to give up a deuce, well, she's got last rock coming home in a game where she's already scored 2 deuces.
Yeah. Same here. You got one chance. You can get a bunch of rocks moving here. You're probably going to have to play this runner. Or you could play a hack weight.
Well, this is coming back into you don't want to get forced. You don't want to blank. You make this hit, even if you don't catch the back one, you got to keep your shooter somewhere in the 8 foot. At some point in time, there gets to be too many reds there, and Kerri Einarson stops ignoring them all, and then you get a chance to make an aggressive shot of your own.
Yeah, if you could hold the shooter here, that's the key, right?
Yeah, ideally for shot rock, but anywhere out on the wings is good. You might jam that. You might lose your biter.
Yeah, you've definitely lost your bite here.
And lost the shooter.
Yeah. See if the lefty outturn can get this a little bit more buried.
Well, the shape at the back may force the Peterson team to change their approach now too. They might have to draw now.
Yeah, I think so. I think that there's just no chance at any kind of blank.
It's hard to and it's hard to think you're ever bringing the biter back into count now. The stone in the middle, there's a chance because it's kind of sitting on top of a yellow one, but
yep, it might come back. It's actually second shot, I think.
It is right now. Yeah. Not easy to get at shot rock without changing that though.
Yeah. She's contemplating the guard again.
Oh, I thought she was contemplating the yellow pretty much straight back. Because you got two ways that it could work out good for you. Straight back, you catch the yellow at the back of the 8-foot, make the double that way, and leave your shooter in a really good spot. Or if you just overcurl it a sliver, it's yellow onto red onto yellow. You get a couple of yellows out and you leave your shooter maybe partly undercover, you'd be sitting second and third.
They're playing the outturn, come around.
I think this is fine. You're at that point in the end where you definitely can't be looking for a blank now. You have to try to score 2, and maybe you have to be aggressive now. It's time to draw.
You really want to get down to the back one here, because if you're T line, you're gonna leave a little tap. You're gonna leave a little run on the top yellow.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know if you want to be that deep though. You're with last rock. You come behind the T line, behind a center guard. You've really shrunk the rings.
Yeah. And that's what they're playing for. I'm just saying.
I'd have been tempted to let her play the angle tap, and then that should open up the middle too.
Yeah.
Now Kerri follows it down, fouls last shot, and not only you're trying to score 2, but both of those rocks that are going to score, if you're going to get your 2, you're going to have to be biting the button, and you can't see the button.
Yeah. This is a big shot. Mine looks pretty good. Want to be on it. Mine's good now. Just wait. Let me get inside even a bit.
Yeah, that's pretty good, because now even the run back on the yellow, it's hard to get the 2 yellows out of there.
Right. It's not going anywhere.
No.
You're going to try to score by covering the pin on both sides for your deuce.
Well, and the first one's the harder one. You talked about trying to follow the lefty, and of course, it's the intern for most curlers that curl more. So that was Val's intern. I always remember when you start talking about lefty and righty, it's going back quite a few years. It was Richard Hart playing third for Glenn Howard at the Briar, and they were laughing about it at one point in time, because Richard, again, back to managing stones too, Richard had one rock that curled a little bit more. They played an intern draw at one point in time with Richard, the left-hander, with his rock that curled a little more. And when Richard came down, Glenn was just laughing to him. He said, that's almost like cheating. Because they figured there wasn't a right-hander on the sheet that could follow that shot. He had a lefty's intern with the curling stone, and he got buried around a rock into a spot that the right-handers there wasn't a chance they could follow it.
He can do some magical things with the rock. You watch that a lot.
That was probably one of the first teams that I can remember that actually they were one of the teams that they didn't necessarily kick the curling stone down to the lead. They would use it as a weapon.
Yeah. Russ and Glenn did that too. So kind of always knew. Tried to identify those rocks and use them as weapons.
Yeah, it's not just punt it to the lead. Just that's a weapon. Especially if the speed's close. It's one thing if it curls a lot more, but the weight's different. That's a little harder to manage. But if the weight's close and it just curls more, that's you see so many teams. It's such a powerful skill to identify that now because that's a weapon.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to just put this right on top. It's got a curl. Pretty good. It's a good spot.
Yeah, she would have liked it to curl just a hair more. There's probably room for, if Val could throw again, she could get to the inside of that.
Yeah, right.
We'll see if a right-hander can. Like, that's the difference.
I mean, they haven't scared the guard yet.
No.
Like, everybody's been getting by the guard by a lot. If she could just get to the nose of this, yeah, it's going to be a struggle. Although, Tabitha's got the intern edge of the button there's room there. There's lots of room for the deuce.
Oh, yeah, there's
lots of room.
At least 3 inches.
At least 3 inches.
But if she gets to the inside of the nose here where she shot rock, there's going to be less than 3 inches. And I don't.
Right, yeah, if she can get to the inside here.
She could get the same angle on the one that was just thrown that Val got on the one at the back.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to be quite that pronounced, but close. Because then again, the angle, the run-in on the yellow, the angle's not going to be any good.
Well, they're going hard to make it curl.
No, this is close. Closer to the guard. Is she going to get by the one in the 12-foot?
It's a good shot. That is a
Real good shot. I think she's got shot rock, too.
Even if she's not shot rock, that might take away the possibility of the couple of inches that you had on the intern draw. Maybe not.
Well, and the yellow tap back at the 12-foot is still dangerous, even if
really, really super dangerous now.
Like you can't play it, and it's dangerous to leave it too. Like,
yeah. I don't think it does it. I mean, I guess it does matter. His shot. Don't you have to play the intern right now?
I don't think you can. Like, you play the intern here, you make it perfect. Kerri plays the little run back, and you might not be able to score at all.
What
but
do you play?
So it matters who's shot.
If you think you're shot, then you guard it.
Well, guard what though? That's the problem.
Guard the run back, right? And then leave her this. Leave her that out turn again.
And she's got the same shot. I almost
right, but if it bounces out a tiny bit, you might get something good out of it.
Jerry's too worried about being this smart ass about the letter S. I need him to get my telestrator. If you could put it just a little higher than that, I think you want to get it around the guard, around the long guard, around that stone at the top of the 12-foot. Take away the same shot and take away the run back all at the same time. So put it full 8-foot.
Right.
All you need is a sliver behind that yellow one.
Yeah.
That's all predicated though on red being shot. If yellow is shot, that doesn't do you any good because now you might not have a shot with your last one either.
So basically you're talking about
I need to know who shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who shot, but assume if red is shot, then the best shot is coming around that high guard.
I think
buried behind that high guard and just past the other one to take away the tap.
To take away both shots, the tap, yellow
and
onto the. Nice try, Rory, but I think you're going to have to zoom in closer. That's really close.
That's really close. It looks like red to me, but it's.
I've gone back and forth already a couple of times, and I've said this before this weekend, and others, to be honest. I always find there's a bit of an optical illusion when you've got a yellow rock on a yellow ring or a red rock on a red ring. I find it distorts your view a little bit. They're going to call timeout, but coach can't walk out there and tell you who's shot. So,
So if yellow's shot though, if yellow is shot, then what do you play? Then don't you have to play the intern?
Well, I still think you throw the intern draw, there's a chance you're not scoring. If yellow's shot, I think you have to move something out of the front to make sure you have a shot with your last one.
So you blast the double peel?
I don't know if you want it coming back. Like right now, if just the long guard was out of the way, You could pick out the one that was just thrown. You could also chisel your own red one, which you could maybe play anyway. Like you chisel the red, it's going to spin up a little bit off the other yellow.
Yeah, just throw it. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about just kind of, you throw it with like it doesn't, I guess you got to throw it with a bit of weight. But
yeah, you don't have to whip it because you don't need to move it very far, depending on, again, it's because if it's not shot, it's really close.
Play the straight double off the red onto the back yellow and that back. Yeah, just play it like that. Just try to hit a quarter, an eighth.
They're going to play the draw, and there's just so many things I don't like about this draw. In fact, the yellow onto red, wherever your draw is going to end up, like you could leave this where they could double the reds. You could be facing 3 on your last one with no way in.
Unless you're even. If you're even with that top yellow, maybe.
Well, then she runs the yellow straight back into the pocket that you're going to form.
Yeah, right.
And the red ones both fly.
That's not good either. Yeah, that's not good either. A little bit higher than the yellow one, and maybe something to play in off.
If it's higher than the yellow one, it's not shot rock.
Right. I think based on this shot, they don't think they're shot. I think they're trying to put this. I think they're trying to get shot rock. That's what I think they're trying to play. I don't think that they're.
I don't think
or they're just playing a straight guard.
Are they guarding the race? Was that the call? That's the one thing when you get a timeout, you don't get a chance to see what they're not gonna point and tell you what they were playing.
I don't think based on the weight that they were guarding the rays, but.
Well, I'm sure they weren't playing that.
No, pretty much.
I don't think anybody's sure who shot rock. There's just been too many people looking at it. And
are they close enough to hit half of that top red now and still drive it back in? Like,
yes.
Do they still play that?
Because they drag a little bit.
Yeah. So like you can play this. You don't have to play this with a ton of weight either. You hit and roll just to take away the intern draw completely. And you might. Can you make it with 3/4 on that top one? Or do you have to hit it a bit thinner? Zoom out a little bit.
Thinner or thicker? We're trying to figure out who shot. Yeah, it's close. I'm not sure if it matters to who shot as to what you play here. You also
I'm saying if you hit 3/4 of the top red, and if you hit 3/4 of the top red, does the yellow come back and get a piece?
Well, they're close enough together that I think it probably drags. So maybe it does.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
What I'm looking at is, do you have to throw it that hard though? Like you could throw.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Red onto yellow with back 4-foot weight, just wiggle it, and now the yellow that you're tapping back takes away the
shot.
Well, yeah, the yellow at the top 8 though stays in the 4-foot. She won't be able to get to the button on the intern side.
Well, because your shooter is going to roll over anyway a bit, right?
I think with that kind of weight, I think you're going to get close to the nose.
Yeah,
which is fine. The closer you get to the nose, the better.
So I think somewhere between that, like I think again, a backline weight to make sure, and I still think it catches it if you hit 3/4 on the top and your shooter rolls over to take away the draw completely.
You're counting on drag, and I'm not positive it's there. Like look at the space between those two rocks.
Yeah,
I think they're close enough to drag, but I think
they're close enough. I think you say this too. Like if you don't throw it right now, what does she have? She's got a draw she's got a cold draw to the edge of the pin for 2. So if you don't throw, like, is there a scenario where you could screw this up? That's what I'm saying. Like, do you just throw a guard and say, okay, that's one I'm tied up coming home with?
That's why I don't like the extra weight. Like if the only way I see getting in trouble is if you get to the nose, make that tap, and then bounce out too far. And then she comes
I'm talking myself out of anything but taking away the intern draw for 1 or 2. Like if you take away the intern draw, then you went into this end saying if Kerri gets 1, like
1 point either way, she's good.
1 point either way, she's good. So if you throw a guard right now, it's 1 point either way.
Where do you guard though?
You just guard the intern draw. You just put it where
the intern draw would have to be out somewhere in the middle of the 8-foot. Like how do you get the guard out there? Like you can't just put a guard from the center line, because on this ice that doesn't guard the draw.
No, I know. You take edge of the 4-foot, throw the out turn, and it ends up just being like almost, as long as you take away as long as you don't leave a hole, you put it basically where Val's right foot is, like covering that line, right?
Yeah, I think with this weight,
I don't like this weight. I don't like this weight at all. But let's see what happens.
I love it. I don't think you want to tap too far. If it comes up short on the double tap, like I don't think she's throwing real hard with that much ice.
No, I think she's playing like a backline hackish kind of thing.
You think that much? Maybe. Yeah. Looks like she's coming out with some weight.
Yeah. It's got a curl.
Got the wiggle, but that's what I was worried about. It bounced out.
Think that works out well for you.
Well, it might have, because she tapped it far enough that she's sitting second at the back of the button now, and I don't think there's any way to get to that one. You can make the double and the 2 at the top.
Yeah,
in front of the T line, but your shooter's
I
never.
don't think it goes through. Yeah, and you risk actually the top yellow risks hitting any of your red. Like that's hard to get it past.
You're going to come off the side one first.
Yeah, right. You're going to be
into it, so it'll come straight over the top. It's your shooter that's going to count anyway.
Yeah,
but it's only for one.
Yeah, it's only for one.
I don't think there's any chance you could squeeze it through. I mean, you could. Boy, it might even be too risky to try, because if you hit, so just get by the one that's touching the center line, hit the one on the edge of the button as thin as you can, come to the back end of that and hope it comes back. But the problem is, because you're hitting the one on the center line second, if it does come back, it might miss the one at the back.
Yeah. I think this is a shot for one.
With that ice, I think she's trying for more, though. Like, she's planning to throw weight. You cannot hit the one on the center line first, because like you said, you hit the one on the center line first, it's going into the red.
All right, last rock here in the 7th end. It's going to be moving. A little out.
Yeah, it's moving out off the release.
Yeah.
Boy, they carved it.
Yeah.
That was what I was worried about.
That was the danger.
It spilled the other way off the second zone, and it's a steal of 2.
Steal of 2 here in the 7th end. Big steal of 2. That was a lot of fun. And we're going to be back with the 8th end after these messages.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games, and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe
If the
Basin.
rock's a little farther back,
and more.
then she could come off the back of the second one, and then it comes more straight back, and then there's a shot. But it just wasn't.
Stars on Earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss.
Needed.
Get your tickets at theGrandSlamOfCurling.com. Let's rock.
Oh, we're going to see a lot of bills.
Still, I carry through.
All right, welcome back to the 8th end of the semifinal of the Saville Shootout.
Maybe we're not going to see anything.
Between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. Big steal of 2 there in the 7th end. We spent a lot of time in the break discussing whether that shot was, whether Peterson could grab a deuce out of that, or whether or not it was only a shot for 1. And I guess we'll never really know, but they played it as tight as they possibly could and came pretty close. Now they got to grab a 3 to force an extra. So Matt Hames here with Sean Joyce. Sean, lots of conversations about that last end. It was a really fun end and lots of execution until the very end.
Yeah, maybe just, she wanted the deuce, desperately wanted the deuce. I just don't think the angle was there. Well, obviously it wasn't shit the way he needed to hit it, perhaps. And it just continued to scoot through. So fortunately, gives up the steal of 2. It's going to make the thought process for both teams here a little easier. Einarson put rocks in the back corner, which she can't do for the first little bit. And Tabitha's going to have to play aggressively to try to set up a 3, which, it's not impossible with 5 rocks.
You just need it. Yeah, you need lots to go right. You need
absolutely everything.
That guard isn't perfect, but it's not bad. They called this one a little tighter to try to encourage the double peel attempt, and maybe you get a flash when you encourage somebody to try a thin double peel. Never really sure where to go with this rock. Einarson's deciding to just try to choke off the higher guard here. Come around, be wide open, top 8 foot. Ice is holding up really, really well throughout this whole event. Really great ice makers. Lots of curling going on too this weekend. Lots of the Oakville Stew Cells is happening. So if you want to see any of those scores, just go to curlingzone.com and check out the scores.
So with that being the stone of the end, now we'll see the hits start.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Really quiet. I'm
not sure if I was
super tempted to try to keep this rock in play.
Full weight hits though. Behind the.
Just tap them back
play
to
at the back of the house. Yeah.
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 All these rocks can be your friend. You don't have to get rid of your friends. You want to get rid of your enemies, not your friends. I think this is a little bit too strong of weight. You don't need to make this rock go away.
You're right. You could ignore them. I get it. It's the tip. Yeah. You want to deal with the middle, but you don't have to deal with it by making it go away altogether.
Yeah. Well, she makes this. She's going to leave a stagger. So what you do, if she makes the shot, great. Perfect. The way that she just called it, sort of into her own rock, and remove this rock. Then you come around the corner guard. They peel the corner guard, and then you've got an in-turn around a stagger if you want. So you still have a possibility at 3 if they make this shot perfectly. Still have that chance. Come around this corner guard, right where she tapped it. They peel the corner guard, and then you can come around this out. You can come around this out-turn stagger to the back 12 foot. Yeah. Let's make this, sink this. She probably peels the guard. If you can make it perfectly, she probably peels the guard.
Yeah, I would think so.
And then you can come around the other guard if you want. Oh, that's not.
It's not the end of the world because the double peel is probably coming into the yellows, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can double peel here, so it's not the end of the world, but you are running out of rocks.
There's nothing really good on those. I know there's 2 of them. I'd be tempted to peel the other side. Peel the long one
doesn't
on the
look
other
like
side and have
that.
your shooter come into those.
Yeah.
Like everything is so grouped on that side right now. The angle on the reds comes into the yellows, and that's maybe what she doesn't like. So you peel just one of them.
I would rather peel the top one than the closer one, actually.
Probably.
I don't think you can
easier.
come around the closer one.
Well, I think you can, but I think the issue is you come off the closer one, you're probably disturbing your own rocks in the middle, and you'd hate to do something for her, like push one of your own rocks behind the tee line.
Right.
This way, it's just a straight peel. You roll the shooter all the way across and out of play.
Yeah.
You end up disturbing your own rocks anyway, and that's not good. You've left an
No,
overlap.
that's not good.
Those yellow rocks can be used as a guard later on.
Yeah. Gonna have to use them pretty soon. I think you come around this high guard, try to make it, they peel it, then you can come around this in-turn stagger.
Yeah, and you might have to do it that way because I'm not sure you get around the stagger while that corner guard's still there.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I don't think you gain anything by coming around the in-turn. They think you can get around this. I don't.
I don't.
We're gonna find out, John. It looks tight to me, but it's.
Well, this is one of those ones where if you've got it in your repertoire, you maybe throw a little bit more positive on the handle.
Try a little bit in out action.
Yeah, because you got to hold it. After you get by the red guard, it's got to hold the line well enough to get by the stones at the top of the 12-foot. And then once it's by the yellows, you can try to carve it in behind. Back 12-foot is fine.
Yep. It's gonna back 12-foot is fine because it's gonna force them to rip their own guards, like peel their own guards. But I don't know. They're pretty tight to the outside one. Oh, that is some good sweeping right there.
Yeah, got there.
Can you pick it?
Well, do you have to? Yellow onto yellow. How do you miss the red?
Yeah. Just hit that. Yeah, you're right. Pretty hard to miss the red. Heck of a shot.
It needed to be deeper.
Proved us wrong. Yeah, needed to be deeper. Proved us wrong, though. Got through the port. Really just got to make contact with his top yellow and the red's gone, right? Maybe it's just everything is going to go. And then all your next three have to count. All right, well, got to make some rocks count now.
Yeah, and that's not the way to do it, I don't think. She's not taking enough time to look at this. I think you got to try to come around that yellow that's in the 8-foot.
Yeah, I agree, because that's where your two guards are.
Yeah, exactly. Like you make this, she's just going to peel the red guard, and then she's got an open hit on her last one.
Yeah. You need to get behind two guards right here.
Yeah, and you do have it. I mean, she left you a chance with that rock in the 8-foot. You come around that, she can't peel both guards that are in front of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really up against it trying to score 3 to tie.
You're up against it, yeah, definitely. But the math doesn't work for this shot.
No, exactly. She peels the guard, and then it's a wide open hit with the last one. You can't throw another guard.
Yeah. And you could have tried, like, if it really came down to it, you could have tried like a control weight on that one, try to jam it into the corner, roll your shooter on. But as it happens, like, again, I'm talking about desperation here, Sean. So, like a heavy split, right, on that top guard.
Yeah.
If you come around the other one, they peel the top guard, come around the other one, hope they miss the run back, and then you've
got to draw 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
As it is, the rock's going to have to pick twice even to get to throw your next one.
Right. Yeah. It's a solid chance this is the last rock of the game. This has been a really fun game, well played game by both. It's a little tough shot in the 7th that she's going to want back. Kerri Einarson here, just peel weight, try to make this rock go away, move on to the finals. And there we go. She's going to play it, though, because there's still a chance. Do you play? I mean, you got to play it now, but...
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
You
why
play it
not?
at all. You got to play it now. It's which way are you playing it?
You play it center line out, double. I mean, you could just play it on the double on the reds and hope.
It's
Kerri
the
misses.
same shot the other way. You're playing the wick
Yeah.
the red to jam it one way or the other.
Yeah.
And your shooter's got to come across and get the other yellow stone.
Yeah. None of this is good. What I was thinking is, and what you were agreeing is, if on that previous one you play the come around the corner guard, this shot is still always there. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, true. I don't think you'd ever been in a spot where you'd ever had to play this, though. You make the come around to the back 8.
Yeah. You just bury one and they peel the red or they peel the yellow, and then you put another one in there, they peel that out, and then maybe you play this for your...
I think they would have peeled the red. You make the come around, they peel the red, you come around the guard, and they're going to play the short run back on their own, right?
I agree. That's the way. I'm trying to write out a scenario where you might have played this. That's game. Pretty tough shot. Really fun game, Sean, in this Saville Shootout semifinals between Kerri Einarson and Tabitha Peterson. Really fun game. Einarson wins and heads off to the final. So, any last thoughts?
They're going through on a roll. They're 6-0, and they must have some fresh players because they've been rotating through. So it'll be an exciting final. We're going to find out in just a few minutes who they're going to be playing against.
Yeah, so stay tuned to Curling Zone to see what time the final is and who's in the final, and we'll see you there for the final game. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.